Hello YouTube, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101. This is a Laid Back Wednesday video. In Laid Back Wednesday videos, we talk about money, investing in a lighter, less technical sort of way. The topic of this video is my worst investment decision ever. It has been said that good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. Bad judgment comes from lack of experience. This is clearly the case. I have no one to blame but myself for this debacle. Several years ago, I was right out of college. Was fortunate when I graduated. I was recruited by several companies. I was making very good money. I was on vacation in the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete area of Florida and went to a restaurant, Shell's Seafood Restaurant. It's a casual, mid-price dining chain that serves fresh seafood. Now, when I went, I was on vacation, as I said, and I might have had a beer or two or 6 or 8. This is back in my drinking days. Went to the restaurant. The service was awesome. The waitress, well, she was stacked and packed. No two ways about it. The food was excellent. The price was casual, mid-price dining price. Much better than Red Lobster or something you're thinking of that nature. Well, toward the end of the meal, the manager came over and sat down and talked to us about how we liked it, asked where we were from. For some reason, with my accent, he picked up I was not from Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete area. Go figure. And while he was talking about, I was bragging on the restaurant, how great it was. And he was talking about they are traded on NASDAQ at the time they were. And they had great expansion plans. It was going to go all east of the Mississippi. Going to be several locations. So next week I'm back at work and I pull up the ticker symbol SHLL. It's delisted it now, so you're not going to find a lot on it now. And it was traded on NASDAQ. Looked at their financials and they were pretty good. Looked at their growth plans. Went to their website. Did some other research. It looked excellent. I decided the stock was selling like $7 a share. Pick up $100 a share on a lark. No big deal. Well, I did. Some time went by and it was a thinly traded stock. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, I have discovered the next Outback Steakhouse. The market has not discovered this stock. Well, the stock started going down, got around $6 a share. Okay, let's get another 100 shares of this. It's going to be fine. When this expansion goes and they have, looks like the business plan to do it, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have mega growth in this company. My little $7 share, $6 a share stock to be $40 a share in 5 to 7 years. It dropped down to $5 a share. I'm rounding off the numbers. So I picked up another 100 shares. Figured no big deal. See where this is going? Not good. Some time went by. It dropped in the $4 range. I was like, let's relook at this. Went through the numbers. Everything looked wonderful. Let's get 200 shares. $4 a share. $800. Not a big investment at the time. Well, more time went by. It dropped to the $3 range a share. Came home from work. I said, honey, we haven't been away in a while. Let's go down to Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete area, do a long weekend. Well, my ex-wife was all for it. So we leave Thursday after work. Friday night, I go to a different Shell's Seafood Restaurant. The food was awesome. By this time, I'm stone cold sober. I'm in full-on accounting mode. I am counting people. I am counting average order. I am trying to determine gross margin, full on accounting mode. And this restaurant's not disappointing me. It was awesome. The service was excellent. The restaurant was packed. The food was phenomenal. Okay. The next day, I said, I really liked that dinner last night, because I'm not telling my ex-wife this crap. So we go to another Shell's. So that's the third restaurant. Same experience. So now we have consistency of experience. Obviously, they got a good training program. I'm getting the same thing again. I believe the financials were absolutely believable from what I was seeing. My ex-wife, while we were sitting at dinner, said, "You seem really interested in this restaurant. We own some stock in it, don't we?" I said, "Yes." I said, "It's down a little bit." She said, "What do you think?" I said, "It's going to be a good one. Maybe y'all buy more." Whew. Got out of trouble there. I said, "I think I will." So get back to work Monday morning, bought 300 more shares. So I'm into Shell's really, really heavy. I had looked at everything several times. It was perfect. Not too much time goes by. I go to pull up a quote one morning, and where it said exchange, it didn't say NASDAQ, it said OTC. Shit. Delisted. Death nail. So I watched it over the counter keep going down, down, down. Finally, there's a point you just got to go, I'm unloading this. And this is around $1 a share. And I accounted for like 80% of the average daily volume, or for the daily volume of the day I unloaded it at $1 a share. Walked away from it. Still couldn't figure out what had happened. Remember, I was young. Everything looked perfect. I became obsessed. What did I miss? Figured it out. Their expansion plans called for rapid development hundreds of miles inland to keep their pricing model and their food model. How are they going to cost efficiently transport fresh seafood over that distance? They couldn't do it. They never did figure that part out. Now, if you ever in the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete area, Shell Seafood is still in business. It is still excellent. Highly recommend stopping and having dinner. And when you do, have a chuckle at this story. It was that one little miss, that one small thing that caused me to lose my investment. I was not thorough enough, and I cannot blame Shell's. I cannot blame the market, cannot blame the auditors. I can only blame myself for missing that one crucial element. I thought I was outsmarting the market. The market was overlooking. No, the market looked. They figured out. Their analysts, the big market traders, have figured this out. I'm the guy that missed it. So I take full responsibility. Now, in next week's Laid Back Wednesday, I want to talk about how this lesson is going to save me now, because I have just put into effect what I learned from Shell's to a stock I had been trading, and I ceased trading it before the negative ramifications of the exact lesson I learned kick in. And I want to illustrate how it works. And it's my favorite rolling stock that I was buying and selling when it was bouncing between ranges, and have done so for years. But the situation's changed, and I didn't miss it this time. This is ST. Subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Saturday's video will be the stolen gold. Wait till you hear this jump. If you're a United States citizen, you are a victim. God bless you. Goodbye.